Coach, lost them 11 straight. They might be down a few guys, but what do you think has made them so successful this year, integrating new pieces?
Well, defensively, they've made a focus. They're much better than they were last year defensively. They've made a commitment to the defensive end with length, with youth, and but they're just doing a heck of a job defensively, and I think that's been the difference.
When you talk about youth, Brad says he's been lucky with his one-and-dones. Talk about integrating young guys into a system, especially when they're coming in pretty green like that. Jaylen last year and Jayson this year.
Well, we've done it over the last few years. Starting with T. Ross, DeMar was young when we first got there, so it's a challenge. Brad's done a heck of a job of integrating them. Those guys have come in ready to play. Tatum is a talent. JAYLEN Brown is a talent. Those young guys have come in and fit in the system, and they were a good fit with the guys around them, and that's been huge. And both of them have excellent basketball IQs to start with, and they just been kind of just stepped in and hadn't missed a beat. And again, it's great to have the veterans around with like Horford and Kyrie Irving, who's won championships, to emulate, to watch, to see, to pick their brain about how to win in this league, because it's not easy and they're going to make mistakes. They're not a finished product, and as we know, going through with OG and last year with young guys, so it's a everybody gets tired of the word process, but it is a growing process. You just don't jump in this league, and you may do it for a few games, but consistency in this league is done with experience.
I know it's only 11 games in, but what kind of a measuring stick might today serve for you?
Again, it's too early. I mean, today, win, lose, or draw doesn't make your season, doesn't break your season. It's a good opportunity for us. I thought we played well in spots in the New Orleans games. We've been up and down. We've been that old word, inconsistent. And for whatever reason, trying to find our offensive rhythm, there's no excuse. But I do know that our offensive, not having a rhythm offensively has hurt our defense, our transition defense. So we've got to get back to who we are. All last year we were a top 5 or whatever transition defense, and this year we're in the bottom. So there's got to be a reason for it. Our philosophy is the same, and so we've got to get back to consistency.
When you look at this Celtics team, and we've talked about just all the new faces, but for so many new faces to be on the same page as quickly, how unusual is that in this league?
Well, it's very unusual, but again, you have young men who great basketball IQs. I think Tatum, I don't know him personally, but he seems like he has an excellent basketball IQ. JAYLEN Brown has an excellent basketball IQ. Larkin has a great IQ. So if you have a basic IQ, you can fit in any system, and they've come in and fit in Brad's system quickly because they do have a good basketball IQ. I know Coach Brown was telling me about Ojale last summer, and was talking about how smart he was. So the franchise has done a good job of bringing in intelligent players who fit in the Brad system seamlessly, and it starts with them having a baseline good basketball IQ, but they've done a good job of integrating them in and making them come together.
You touched on your transition defense a minute ago. When you look back at the film, are there 1 or 2 things that you're seeing consistently you guys aren't doing that you have done consistently in the past?
Well, I can't tell you, but there's a lot of things we see that we're not doing, and we got to do better. And it's up to us to get them to do better and keep our foot on the pedal, to push to get better in transition defense, to give your defense a chance. Because if you don't get back and give your set defense a chance, you don't know what you have. And those first 3 steps, you got to want to take those first 3 steps. Second, you got to talk, and you got to communicate in transition. So all those things, no matter what happens on the offensive end, missed shot, shot selection, whatever it is, we got to figure that out and get those first 3 steps going the other way.
When you talk about communication, that kind of taps into guys' personality. Some guys, that's just not, it doesn't come naturally to them. How do you get those guys, particularly when they're good defenders, to be more talking, to kind of go against their almost instinct to just let my actions speak as opposed to I need to speak?
That's a good question. Usually, that sounds like a coach's question. Usually, guys don't say anything because they don't know what to say, and they're afraid to say something wrong. And my whole thing is say something. Run left, right, elbow, block, whatever, say something. And that usually cures a lot of problems when you say something. Usually you can tell whether the guy's at the free throw line or I got your help right or left or whatever. But the key is saying something. But today, so many guys don't say very much because they're not sure. And a lot of it is, you know, the day of texting and emailing and Instagram and all that. Guys don't talk as much as they used to. So communication is huge in any area of defense, whether it's transition, pick and roll defense, half court, if you're switching, talk, and that cures a lot of problems.
Coach, big picture, after last year with the Cleveland series, did you feel that you needed to revamp the offense or do something different? And
yeah, we, you know, again, we were in sounds like a regular top 5 or whatever offensively with what we were doing, but again, it didn't get us very far. Well, I didn't say very far. Against Cleveland, it didn't go. Yep. So we have to look at something where you got to keep up with the changes in the NBA, the league, to be able to play against it and also to play with it. And so we're doing a little bit of both. And you know, it's not just a total overhaul. We still have our place for DeMar DeRozan and Kyle in their situations, and we're not telling DeMar DeRozan you can never take a mid-range jump shot. No, he's one of the best in the history of the game. So we revamped it a little bit and made some tweaks, but again, you know, we're making so much out of the tweaks in our offense that we're forgetting about the other end, and we can't do that.
Everybody healthy?
Everybody's healthy.
I know you haven't seen Malcolm Miller for a while, but just he went to school around here. Just what do you think of his game?
He's a super young man. Again, he hasn't been healthy. He can shoot the basketball. He's getting stronger. He's getting in the weight room. He's stronger. Very intelligent, very smart, very cerebral player. High basketball IQ. Again, can't wait to get him totally healthy. You know, he's with our G League team right now, and to get some reps and runs. But once he gets healthy, we'll see what we have.